Just waving to someone. I wasn't just being weird. Hello, apologies for being late. Mike was washing his hair.
Here today, gone tomorrow.
There you go. When are you going to Turkey?
Flights are booked.
Flights are booked. My flights are booked. I was telling you about that video. You saw it the other day, didn't you? The video of all the people all the men in Turkey on a Monday morning after they'd been over to get their transplants done, and they're all just walking around with big loads of cotton wool on their head,
blood and
plasma and everything all over. I can't wait. I'm going to come back. It's full James. I mean, you should go and just vlog it. Just vlog.
You just want to get on a plane and vlog, don't you? Trains and planes.
I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to get my
the vlogger, man.
Hair transplanted.
You should go and get yours dyed, and
I don't want mine dyed. My hair colour is fantastic.
It's not.
It is fantastic.
It's not.
People with no hair should not throw stones in Turkish transplant offices.
Slap them. Let's put a poll on James.
Did you think the flak
rather be slap or have ginger hair?
Ginger hair is amazing, mate. I don't care. You only know when you've got it. You only know. Do you know what I mean? Like Daredevil being blind.
Yeah, I felt
do you know what I mean? People will be like
slapping. He said he's much happier.
It's not those lines here. Lines. It's trying to make you feel better about your life. About your life. It's as simple as that. There you go.
I got my season ticket today.
Did you?
Did.
Great. I got mine about 3 months ago. Just saying. No. So where is it? Come on.
Upper North.
Upper North.
Upper North.
I'm up at North. Got great pies and you get free whippet.
So yeah, middle of the goal.
Yeah.
Upper North. With my mate Mark, who used to go to the game with when I was a kid.
Not a real person.
And yeah, he was due his at the same time as mine, and we logged on at the same time.
I think the North Stand will end up being where all the cool kids go.
I mean, obviously.
Yeah, no, I think it will. It'll be like the place where people will go, oh my God, you're missing a treat being up here. Absolutely. You people who need oxygen to get up to the top of the South Stand, you are missing.
And when you're absolutely freezing up there, we've got at least a bit of sun coming on us to keep us warm.
Yeah, you'll be like the chosen ones as the light comes through.
Yeah.
And
plus I can be warmed up abusing the away fans.
Well, that's the other side of it, isn't it? That's the other side. You will be in next to the away fans.
Not right next to them, on the lower left. And so I can look down upon them.
And the family enclosure.
Well, I'm not even going to turn my head to the right. Just going to focus straight ahead.
Clowns to the left of me. Fair play. So,
yeah.
Is it lower or upper? Sorry, you said upper, didn't you? Yeah.
And I'm there for the test event, so I'll get
I'm also there for the test. Yes,
I'm mixing it with the.
Well, I want to go in all the different areas. No, I want to go in all the different areas. I want to try all the different areas of the ground.
Yeah.
Just see what's what, you know. This is my great debate, though, about saying about season tickets having the choice. You never know, do you? You never know. Maybe the test events could have been, or something could have been a good way, but obviously we'd already had tickets by then. But for all I know, right, the Upper North might end up being literally the best place in the ground.
It is because I'm there now.
Of course. The only worry is if that sun shines, everybody else around you is like, fucking hell, put a hat on.
Absolutely. I can blind the opposition if they're running through on goal. Just stick my head down.
Yeah, absolutely right. No, but who knows? You might end up having.
We've got a better view than if we'd have got when we could get the south. We were up in the gods, so it was like.
And the other side of it is, at least it's a real stadium. Unlike, I've heard that Liverpool fan is taking the cone to Old Trafford.
Yeah.
You know, he's got 3 cones to represent the 3 tridents.
Yeah, and a circus tent just
and a big little bag just to put over the 3. That's the new mock-up, according to Man United fans. So at least we've got a real
thing is, though, with the new stadium, when we were looking at it, it is one of them where everywhere's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is, though, isn't it? The view everywhere's good.
Everywhere's good.
Especially once you've...
Everywhere is good. Also, a little bit of news today. A couple of people are mentioning it in the in the comments there about there's going to be a dedicated ferry for the match.
Yeah,
a football special ferry. Then we'll get you on in 2 minutes. A football special on the ferries. In the old days, you used to have the old the train specials.
Yeah.
For and they would be a bit moody. I never went on one myself, but at least people could get home after the match, which is nice. But there's going to be, after the test event, a 5 o'clock ferry if you're on the Will, or if you're coming from North Wales or wherever, and you'll be able to get that back. So, number one, hope that it's good weather. It'll still be light, But they said if it's popular, they will continue doing it in the.
Probably quicker to get the ferry over there and then get a train back home.
Train to Hamilton Square, then get a train into Lime Street, then walking back. No, you have to walk to the ferry terminal, which is about 10 minutes. So they're not building a ferry terminal at the new ground. Let's get that right, because that would cost millions of pounds for something that.
It's just plank of wood, isn't it? Just walk off a boat onto it.
No, that's
can't be that hard.
That's Jack Sparrow. That's slightly different.
All this thing, everything's millions. Why is everything millions these days?
Everything is.
Park the boat there.
Have you been shopping recently?
No.
Butter. £18 million a crate of butter costs now.
It's just
crazy.
No.
Everything. No, but everything in the. You put a spade in the ground, and that's £4 million.
Yeah,
what for?
Exactly, yeah.
Well, I put a spade in the ground. Like, we tried to build a train thing from London to the north that in other countries costs about £3 or £4 million. 27 billion in this country.
Yeah, and it's stopped halfway.
And it's stopped halfway.
And
it doesn't even go into London. It doesn't even go into London. You got to get a bus. It's worse than getting the plane to Liverpool. I digress anyway. We'll have more of this fun and joviality during the show, because that's what Mike brings.
You all can't wait.
But let's get Ben on, because he's been in there fast.
Big bad Ben.
I don't know if he's big, and I don't know if he's bad, but I do know he's just Ben, and he's waiting. I can't hear him, Jay. Hello, Ben.
Hey guys, you alright?
You okay?
I like to say I'm not that big, but I did meet you playing at the first test event. I sat next to you with my lad.
Oh, yeah. Nice one, yeah.
Must have been a bad day for you, Ben.
I love the content of the show. Keep the good work, guys.
Bang on.
Yeah, I think with your question regarding what Moyes, while we rate him, firstly, probably 8 out of 10. If you turn the draws that we possibly could have won, you get the 10 out of 10. But what I do think he's given us is we've seen people all across 16 years, and yeah, we've had a bad few years. I feel like giving us our good back and our full good feeling, and it's given us the opportunity to enjoy the last few home games at Crumpton Park, because it's becoming short, becoming on nice, today work. It's becoming hard work. I travel from season ticket order, and I come from Cumbria.
Yeah.
Every home game, so it's a 12-hour round trip from the start of the home to get back home. So yeah, it's becoming hard work coming to watch that.
Yeah.
Dive football. Yeah.
Absolutely. No, it is. It's been all right, hasn't it? So, Ben, your line is a little bit weird, so we'll have to knock you off, because your line's a bit weird. But thanks for your call, mate. It's not a great line, but nice one for ringing up and telling us 8 out of 10 for Moyes so far. Someone's put his Ben in a submarine. I think he was on the road. If you're going to give us a call, try and get us on the Wi-Fi and have some headphones on, because that's sometimes what it's like if you just ring him on a mobile. But for nice one, Ben, he was next to me during the test event, and his lad wanted to know everything about everything. So fair play to him. He
wasn't asking you then.
He looked at me a couple of times and just went, nah.
Where's the grey-haired one?
Nah. It's like, Baz at home, is he? Thought he would be. Bit cold, is he? Yeah. Probably playing 11 aside with a bunch of under 12s. Well, go on. Who's the caller? Come on, James.
Come on, James. Why'd you hate the show, James?
Alex. Come on, James. You're killing the flow here. Come on. You're acting like you're a Merseyrail train. And you can see... Alex, don't mute your mic. That's not a good start to coming on. It's never a good start. Anyone else?
James just hates the show. It's
anyone
fine.
else get their season tickets today? Let me know. I was at Bramley Moor before. I was putting together a little road trip video. A couple of different little routes into the ground that'll go up on YouTube, and just how to get there from different couple of routes. And I met a couple of people, and it was their first season ticket, and they were in the north. No, they weren't. Sorry, were in the southwest, and they were very, very excited about obviously getting their first season tickets as well.
Good, so the last few home games, obviously I've been an official member, since 2018 or whatever. The last few home games, you can't get tickets.
No, well, people keep on messaging me.
The second it's on, I'm on. And
people keep on messaging me and like messaging us on Instagram, going, "Do you reckon I can get 4 for this Saturday?" Like, no,
but there's something going on with it, because it's like the rest of the season I've got them, but the last 2, the second I've been on there and bang on 10 o'clock, and as soon as you land on it, it says it's sold out.
I think it'll be like every. I mean, no one wants to say it, but the tickets are obviously everyone wants them, and loads of people want to go, and so loads of people in and around the club, ex-players and stuff, will want to go, and for the last few games, and the club, I suppose, has got like a duty to look after people like that.
It's got a duty to the members who pay the membership.
Yeah, you say that. You got a free pair of socks and some coasters. No, but like we had someone the other day going, "I'm flying over from New York. Like, what shall I do?" And I was like, "Yeah, leave the other 3 at home." Yeah, because if you've got no chance. People flying in from like Ireland and stuff. I'm going.
I think I've lost track of the days. It might have been yesterday that the Arsenal game went on. I was literally on it, bang on 10. Well, I was on it before 10 o'clock, and then as soon as 10 o'clock come, it loaded, and it just went, "This event sold out." I said, "Well, how can it be sold out?"
No, I don't. Listen, there's been a lot of disgruntled people about quite a lot of things. I know even when the season tickets went on sale, there was quite a few people disgruntled about certain things, which obviously I have no idea about any of this stuff. That I don't have to buy tickets very often. Yeah, and I know.
Well, that's what I'm made up about. That's what sort of.
Well, that's it, isn't it? You've literally got your peace of mind for the rest of your life. Yeah. Till your lad wants to start going.
No, well, he does want to. But he's a few years behind on the waiting list, so I'll have to
forget about him. No, but that's it, isn't it? You've got that peace of mind. Now you're in, and it's you're going to be going to games and stuff. And I think for a lot of people that will have been the thing today. Just and it's not like for a lot of people that's might have happened to them at Goodison for the last 10 years, and they'll be sitting in some really bad seats. So for at least okay. Well, like we've just been saying, you and I have no idea how good that North Stand's going to be. It could be absolutely brilliant.
It will be,
and the thing about it is, just sorry as I ignore what you just said there. The thing about it is, where the North Stand is going to be a place where a lot of people who haven't been able to go to the game are going to go to the game and be together. So there's going to be a lot of like really happy people together. So if the North Stand isn't bouncing, you have not been dragged down by that misery of going the game week in and week out. So that end should be bouncing.
Yeah.
You finally got an opportunity to go to the game and get your season tickets. You should be the heartbeat of the ground every week, as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, I will be. I've got a drum and everything.
No, leave the drum.
No. Leave the full ultra.
Fair play. Is Ben waiting? Yeah. Ben gone.
Big Ben.
Sorry, Alex. Sorry, Ben's gone, hasn't he? Alex.
Angry Alex now.
Is Alex? He's got to sort his mic. Because if he hasn't sorted his mic, just kick him out.
James, why do you hate the show?
Is that Alex? Go on, Alex. Go on, mate. No,
you're not angry. Good. That's what we like.
Go on, mate.
I've noticed a much better style of play from front to back. Really, back four. Jake O'Brien coming in, Mikalenko getting forward. I don't know about you boys. When I watch the games, it just feels like there's a calmness from the back. You see that pattern from Branthwaite across back.
Yeah.
You just think, do you know what? I'm watching something where it just doesn't feel like you're just terrified.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound doom and gloom because it's not.
Sorry, man. There's a noise in the background.
Yeah.
I feel it's really natural we're coming to the end of the season, and it's obvious that it's running out of steam a little bit. I feel like the Wolves game.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Beto really struggled to get in the game, and you looked at the bench and you think, where's the players that are going to make that difference? And we just lack in there, and you could just tell that we were kind of running out of ideas a bit, and then missing in Jai, who's such an important player for us, and that was just a big telltale to me that, as much as it's been great what he's done, it's starting to show that he can't be just creating rabbits out of the hat every week. And I felt the Liverpool game, as much as it was amazing we got that 2-2. When you look at some of the penalty decisions that happened at the weekend with Liverpool against Southampton, you think, well, Canate's red card, handball was a lot worse than what was given. Then the Man United decision, you kind of look at those and you think they're the ones. If we'd maybe picked up one win out of those two, maybe we would have just carried on that momentum. It's great we're not losing, but we drew a lot of games under Dyche as well, and I think that's probably just as we finish the season. I think that's just an awareness. I think we all know that we're going to have to make some tough decisions at the end of the season on a lot of players, and hopefully with whatever the new structure is after Kev left and our new CEO, we've got the opportunity to get some players that can make the difference in the final third. I think Garner and Gay and the back four and the goalie, no problem at all for me. Of course, we need some depth in there. If people like Keane are going to leave, we need a left back, obviously. But it's the final third. And that's why if I was going to give one other positive with Moyes is Alcaraz looks good, looks a bit raw. But, when he came on against Wolves, you think, geez, that's what we need. Yeah. And I actually think if he'd been fit, I think Brozier might have actually benefited under Moyes too. Because the game I saw Brozier in before he got injured again.
Let me just say this, though. Let me just say this. Maybe if Brozier being fit is like saying maybe if I was a billionaire, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's like there's about as much chance. Yeah. There's a reason that I just don't think Brozier's capable of coping in this league. I just think he's just one of those players. But I do take your point.
Good thing is over the next few weeks there should be a few more back from injury, shouldn't it, to bolster that squad and hopefully have a few more options off the bench for him. Because like you say, there's been games where you can see the energy levels have just completely dropped, but there's not been fully fit players on the bench to bring on.
No, I take your point massively, Alex, because you can see it sort of like there's 10 games to go. That's still a quarter of the season left, and we're almost talking like the summer's around the corner. We've got to be careful, especially with how tough April is as a set of fixtures, that we don't get into a situation where it's like, we're just passing a game by. It doesn't matter, we're safe now. And I don't put that. Obviously, David Moyes will be pushing that, but I think that's mostly on the players, isn't it? And getting the players back. We have to have a situation where we're looking for like at least 3 or 4 wins at least out of those games, so that we finish the season strong. We are attractive to players coming in. Yeah. We're making sure we try and jump up a couple of places financially. That's important as well. It looks nicer if you finish the season, in those higher positions as well. So in the bottom half certainly. So we've just got to make sure it peters out. And the Wolves game was almost like not like the first sign, but I think the Man United game for me was the one where we shouldn't have drew that game. The Brentford one, I thought we finished the game brilliantly and we looked really tired that night. And Wolves was just like almost everything just together, wasn't it?
Real flat performance, wasn't it?
It wasn't a good game by either team in the Wolves one, and we'll play that Man United game over 10 times and we'll win that, assuming it was the same type of game 8 times. It was just one of those things: 2 shots, 2 goals. But it just makes me realise that ruthlessness of going into next season and making sure that I'm a big believer in a positive way that you're probably 2 or 3 transfer windows away from being a really good team, or 2 or 3 transfer windows away from being a really bad team, and that's where now, perhaps with a slightly different outlook on PSR and new stadium and new structure, it's just so important that the recruitment's done correctly and making those right decisions. Because I think Lindstrom works really hard, but I don't think he should be in our team.
No.
I think Beto works really hard, and I've been really impressed with it. And he was in my fantasy football team for a few weeks. But I don't see him being our starting number 9 next season.
No,
and
no
so
chance.
It's those type of things that you look at them and you think, we don't have enough money to buy 2 in each position, like other teams. So that one that's going to be there has to be the right one for us. And it's obvious. You boys have said it countless times. Like, right wing needs to be someone strong and can carry the ball with pace. Like a Minte at Brighton. We need a different type of proposition in left back, and we need a different type of striker. But yeah, when you look at the bench against some of them, you just think, geez, like Moyes doesn't really have a lot of choices to play with.
No,
And
not at the
that
moment.
needs
No.
to be addressed for him next season. And I think you're right as well, to the point that actually it's still all to play for, and there's some big scouts there around us that we want to set ourselves against, whether it be United or Spurs or West Ham. Wouldn't it be amazing if we finish the season with net spend pretty good, and West Ham have spent nearly 150 million, and we finish above them? That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
And it'd be a nice little nod to David Moyes and a nice little nod to Graham Potter.
Yeah.
I know it shouldn't be like that,
Yeah.
vengeful, but there should be those type of motivations to say to the players, you were better than what the previous manager told you were, and go and show them that.
The good thing, though, we're hopefully that it doesn't peter out too much, and me, Baz, and Dave done a show on it before, which will probably be out later on, going over Thelwell's previous signings, and the ones obviously who are still here now, they've got a lot to fight for. So you've got quite a few out of contracts, so they've got to fight for contracts, whether it be here or somewhere else. You've got loan players, if they want to stay, are going to have to start showing something. So for those players, even if the season from a positional perspective doesn't change dramatically, for those players individually, they've got a lot to prove and a lot to do. And Moyes already put the gauntlet down, hasn't he, to the wider attacking players, asking more of them and to get more from them if they want to be around. And we discussed some of those players. I think I was the same sort of thought process as yourself. Like, for me, currently, Lindstrom's not the type of player I'd be bringing in for next season. But you've got between now and the end of the season to see whether he can do it. So he's got stuff to go and prove, and obviously Jack Harrison in there and whatnot, and then you've got players like Decore out of contract, Jessica Garner-Gay. So there's big decisions to be had for those players, so they've got a lot to play for, which is my hope that it doesn't completely peter out. I think it's hopefully the next few weeks, when we've got a few players back, Chimitti's back in training, obviously Rozier's a few weeks away, isn't he? Seamus Coleman's back in training, so you've got more to be on the bench to be able to change stuff up and keep those energy levels higher. So it could be a decent end to the season, but what we've got to do is probably not lose our head too much if we do lose a few games along the way, because the limitations of the squad are there, and we know that, and a big summer ahead. And
also, to what you just said a second ago, every game at Goodison's going to be a cup final.
Yeah.
Because that's what the fans will make it. And whether it's at tough fixtures in April, every one up to the last game of the season will be just amazing. And I think that's where, and to the point around staying unbeaten after 8 games, like, maybe we need to continue that mindset of going for the win. I don't think we played necessarily for the draw against some of these teams. Like, we just ran out of time against Liverpool, and Brentford, we worked, like you said, worked really hard, and we just lacked legs at the end of the game. But yeah, we have to continue wanting to win games and not get into that old mindset of just a draw was a good thing and we keep trucking with a point. But
I think we're out of that mindset. I think because the United game, obviously, we get the penalty at the end. We're still in their box attacking. The Brentford one, we've had big chances at the end of the game. The reality is it's just the Wolves one so far has been a bit like the outlier, hasn't it, where it's all looked a little bit flat. Obviously the opposition were relatively flat as well, and there was just not a lot of quality around it. They're probably games that previously we would have lost, and I think the manager alluded to that as well. So since his tenure, that's probably the first game where we've looked a little bit devoid of ideas, a little bit flat. But fundamentally, I think the previous ones he has gone for the win, and that's, I mean, Baz, we're talking off camera, is that obviously that's why you have 3 points for the win and a point for the draw. We've lost the same amount of games as Man City this season, but we've drawn 12. So I think he's going for them, and they're not draws by defending it. The draws while we're trying to win them. So definitely a better mindset.
So the final one in the manager merry-go-round that Everton have had over the last few years. I feel personally now, if Moyes, considering the way that Moyes is really connected with the fan base, he needs time, and we just need to trust that he understands in whatever new structure we have. He needs time to build it, and it might not always be the most attractive football, but I always thought during Moyes' first stint that we played some great football, and he got the wrong reputation. So yeah, I'm really happy with it, and I go into next season with Bramley Moore and the new structure, feeling really positive. And I think, yeah, it's been great to bring him back in. Probably one of the things that the freaking group made a good choice on.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice one, Alex. Thanks for your call, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Gone. There you go. The frog, mate.
I couldn't look at you.
Apologies for some of the frogs there. Again, that's what he's probably on his phone without Wi-Fi. It can, I don't know why it does it, but it does it. If the line's not strong enough, it just creates the frogs. So right, we got Eddie. Get him on. Get Eddie on. He's waiting in Texas.
Eddie, are you okay? Are you okay, Eddie?
I can't hear
Hello?
Eddie. Hello, Eddie.
Hello?
Go on.
Hi guys, how are you guys doing?
I'm all right. Have you been down to any Toyota or Lexus dealerships to check out if anyone's wearing Everton shirts?
I did drive past one. I didn't see anything. I didn't exactly go in it, but no, I didn't see any Everton merch yet. But maybe soon. Maybe, but
yeah. Just
I
like
also haven't seen any Roma merch, so maybe they just don't do that over here.
I think maybe what they're doing is they're just letting it it'll heat up when we get over there in the summer. It'll be
talking about the summer. Are you guys coming?
Hopefully.
Okay.
There's no the wheels are in motion.
Okay.
The wheels are in motion.
Game.
But
I'll be at the Chicago game. The July 30th. I'll be going to that one.
Okay. Is that closer for you than Atlanta?
Oh, I mean, I went to school in Iowa, so I have a lot of friends that live up in Chicago
make it about yourself.
Illinois. So Atlanta, they're probably about the same distance, and they're both big airports. So it'd probably cost the same to go to either or.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going up to the Chicago one if I do.
Excited?
Excellent.
Yeah, I am excited. I don't think I've seen. I saw them in Orlando, I think, but the last time.
You think?
Well, I'm trying to remember if I've seen like Everton in person ever since then. No, I think that when they came to Orlando is the last time I went and saw a game. But
they have been back to America since. But clearly you weren't in Baltimore or in Minnesota. So
I did not. No, that wasn't. I didn't have.
I've filled in the blanks for you.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, for sure. But
it's black spots.
No, yeah, I'll be in. I'm excited for the summer. Excited to hopefully see some more transfers. And hopefully, it'll be interesting to see what happens. But what I wanted to bring up was the whole performance thing that the last couple callers talked about. I mean, I think I think we've taken our foot off the gas or something or whatever that saying is, and it does seem like the players feel like that they're safe and that's fine and all, but at the same time, I'm hoping with players coming back from injury that will create competition again, and that we can at least in the front, because no offense about Beto, but I don't even think he didn't seem to the ball didn't stick to him, and that's tough. No. But I also didn't feel he was running as much as he normally does, and I don't know if that was the manager telling him hey, you're still the only striker, so don't gas yourself out at 70 minutes. But I don't know. I feel I thought Dimitri would be fit by now. It looked clearly he wasn't by last game, or else he would have came on at the end. I'm hoping that we will be able to see him this weekend, and hopefully he scores. That'd be great.
No, it will be good. It will be good. No, it'll be good to get some of those players back. And then obviously after the West Ham game, we've got a couple of weeks, and hopefully that allows more players to get back. Because I just think you're right, players, and Alex mentioned it, players just look like they run out of steam a little bit.
I think it's more that than taking a foot off the gas.
Yeah, I hope so.
I don't think they have, and I don't think the manager will tolerate that, because he knows how important having that upward trajectory going into next season is from a recruitment perspective and sponsorship perspective and everything that goes along with it. So I don't think he's going to rest on the laurels. I think
sometimes you forget that football, you have good games and bad games, and it's we've been so on. We've been so on every game, haven't we? Every game's been make or break in the last few years, and it's so when you have a game where it's it's a bit of a nothing game. you can make more out of it than really, but no one's going to remember that game with time. You know, no one's going to, at the end of the season, no one's going to look back at Wolves and go, they didn't do anything in that game. It was just one of those games, and let's just hope we don't have too many of those games as we finish the season, because as I said, there's still a quarter of the season left.
They do happen only at the end of the day. They happened even when every point was vital. We still had them, and that game was a massive game for Wolves, and they looked exactly the same as us. So you know, it can happen. It just does, and the reality is that the squad's thin. Those players are taking a bit.
People start working you out as well when you've only got a thin squad. People, if you haven't got the best players in the world, people are going to work you out. People are going to know which foot Lindstrom comes in on Jack Harrison, what Beto wants to do, what kind of ball we've got to play into Beto. People start working out. That's football. That's why in the first few weeks of a season, it's always like the results can be like strange, and then once you get everyone settles down, the games start getting a little bit more predictable in the Premier League. So that's just where we are right now. And if we get a win on Saturday, that'll be 19 points out of 30.
Yeah,
you can't really argue with that, can you? For a manager coming in like 19 points out of 30.
And with a squad that's more decimated than the squad he had. Over, you know,
exactly.
He's lost a few players. So
The other thing I wanted to talk about was David Moyes. But it's so different than like all the other managers we've had. I don't know if like the other managers are like more media like trained or whatever, but he seems more like straightforward and blunt, which is like something refreshing to see. And I think that's just like really good to see. Like the fact that he does call out our player or wide players, like not like directly like you guys are bad, but like you need to do more. I find that's like just so much better than like, oh, the players just need to work harder or
don't you think that's because when he's come in the first few weeks, he's basically, the first thing he said is it's embarrassing the position we're in, and then the second thing he said was, I'm not here to do this. I'm here to get Everton back to where they belong. And he's almost straight away gone, I'm not here. The other fella, whatever you want to say about him, but he was like, I'm a firefighter. I'm here to keep Everton up. Moyes is like, I'll sort that out. But once we sorted that out, this isn't happening again.
Things than this,
and he's creating that, like he's creating his own legacy of like, I'm here for a while, and you had to get on board with me. Whereas the last few managers have been, I'm almost like I'm at the whim of what happens at Everton. If I know if things don't go right, where Moyes is like, I'll make things be right, and it feels like Moyes is very, very comfortable in his skin and very, very comfortable at Everton, and obviously the changes behind the scenes make it even more comfortable for him because he's de facto the man in charge, like he was the first time. And that's what happens when you appoint a manager like that. You appoint a manager with all that experience who wants to be the leader. You don't appoint him if you're not willing to hand over that power to him. And this is where sort of like people have just got to get on board with it a little bit and go, you don't do that, do you? You don't hand over the reins. If you bring in a young manager, that's where you can have the director of football and all that. Whether you agree with it or you don't agree with it. Can't have both, can you? You can't have a manager who saves you and then go to him, oh, but we're doing it this way. You have to let it play out a little bit, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Again, we done that when we were talking with Baz on the show before, that like the director of football model, you know, it hasn't worked for us.
No, it hasn't.
So it's not to say it's not a model that can work for other clubs and teams, but it hasn't worked for us under various managers, various directors of football. Obviously Moyes has got a proven track record of buying players well. So the reality is that, you know, he's the person that's then got to play them and coach them. So for him to have a major input in it sort of makes sense. And I'm comfortable with it. We were talking with Dave and we said that, like, the mad thing is with everything that's going on, we've got all this. With Moyes there, I just feel relaxed. Yeah,
everyone does, don't they? I think he's relaxed everyone. He's calmed everyone down. That's where you can watch a game and almost not. You're not worrying about you're looking like Eddie just said there. You're watching a game and you're being like, you can pick out you can be picky.
Yeah.
Whereas beforehand we wouldn't have been picky. Loads of people wouldn't have been picky about Saturday. They would have gone, oh, we got a point against the team who are right behind us and away from home. People are being picky now because they're like, oh, we should be doing this and we should be doing that. And again, Saturday was like, no, lads, take a step back and look at the team. The team is still not great.
Yeah.
And we've got to remember that. And that's where Moyes has been coming out going, these wingers need to sort themselves out because they won't be here next season.
Yeah.
They won't be here next season. Like,
Yeah.
Eddie, get yourself down to a Toyota dealership, my friend, and start laying the smack on them. That's what I want you to do.
Yeah, I'll try. I have friends that work for a Toyota dealership.
Oh,
but
mate,
that's in
no,
Colorado.
you should do. You should go into Toyota and say, I'm an Everton fan. Can I borrow a car to drive to Chicago and back? And I'll like vlog it and just be like, I'm at the match in a Toyota. They'll love all that.
Yeah, I can try. I don't know.
They just tell them to shut up.
Toffee TV, just say Toffee TV sent you, and you want a car to take there and back. They'll be like, lad, we're not a rental firm, and you'll be no, but Toyota, the fella who owns you owns Everton, and I'm going to see them and sort this out now. I'm sure
that would work better if I have a backing of like a larger social media presence. I don't really, I can't just go in there and be like, yeah. I don't have a following or anything, so I can't.
Yeah, just show them
really
just show them our Twitter and go there. That's me, mate.
Yeah,
we'll get James to Photoshop you onto one of our pictures. Be like you're in the studio going, yeah.
That works. Yeah, I can try.
Yeah.
I'm more confident in doing something like that. I think
so. I think that's definitely what you should be doing.
It sounds like a plan of some sorts, anyway.
Nice one, Ed.
Have a good one, guys.
See you later, mate. Take it easy.
Right, we're gonna. So we're just gonna step away for a couple of minutes because John Blaine spoke to Gaz Jones, who last week walked from Goodison to Wolves for the game. And John Blaine caught up with them this week. It's all in aid of charity. John Blaine caught up with them this week. Let's just hear what they had to say about Gaz and his box walk.
And welcome. We've got Gaz here today, who's done a walk, but the walk is really about St Luke's. And for those of you, clearly Evertonians know, but those who don't know, St Luke's is in the corner of Goodison Park. It's been there forever and a day. It's a very old building and it needs some work. So, Gaz, what's wrong with it at the moment?
So unfortunately, there's quite a lot, to be honest with you. It's fallen on hard times. So the floorboards have all risen, sort of concaved, following flood damage. The ceiling's actually caved in and dropped in a couple of areas, which is obviously quite dangerous, as you can fully imagine. The electrics have gone, so it needs to get a certificate for them and have a lot of that replaced, and the wiring. And then the big ticket item, unfortunately, is the boiler, a commercial boiler, £15,000 nowadays. So it's a real lot of damage, and just hoping to see if we can help it out.
Okay, that's really good, and we'll talk in a sec about the walk, but ultimately we're trying to raise £25,000, and it sounds like a huge chunk of that goes on a boiler in English winters and the like. Absolutely, it's pretty important. All right, mate, let's move on then. Gaz Jones, you don't look too bad, actually. Shows your shirt.
Yeah, okay. So
I don't know whether that'll show on camera, but
let's give it a go.
There you go. Anyway, while you're showing off, your physique. First things first, for people who don't know, just tell us what you've just done. I mean, mate, the footy match itself wasn't great, but you had a bit of a preamble before that, didn't you?
I did indeed, yeah. So I walked from St Luke's Church in the corner of Goodison, and I walked all the way there to Molyneux. So it took me over 3 days, 83 miles, and various different terrain and challenges, but I can sit here and say I've done it. So it was.
So how did that come about? Because it was, I mean, St Luke's needs some repairs doing, doesn't it? And it was, what was it, flood damage or something?
It does, and unfortunately it's had flood damage and a bit of wear and tear. So it's, and the big thing is the boiler's gone as well, which commercial boiler's far from cheap. But yeah, it's had flood damage. Some of the tiles are gone, the ceiling's caved in a couple of areas, so it needs a lot of repair, and it's not cheap, unfortunately, in this day and age for anything, especially having a church repaired. So that's what we've been trying to raise the money for. And so the walk came about as I've done a bit of fundraising over the last few years, and I was looking at something to do and what I could do to help out. And then being at St Luke's quite a bit, I realised just how bad it was, and so how much it needed the help. So it felt logical to do that. And then a walk came about, and then the reason it became to Molyneux was the owner of the stadium in the top flight in 1892 when Goodison opened.
Good one.
And then Wolves also happened to be St Luke's FC before they moved to Wolverhampton Wanderers. So it sort of quite romantic.
It's almost like you're a member of the Heritage Society and you know all these things.
I am. I am, yeah.
So whose bright idea was it to actually do the walk? Did you just think, we must do something, and that's what it became? Or are you just a madman who one moment thought, I'll walk to Wolves, and never realised what it was going to mean?
Maybe a bit of column A, a bit of column B on that one. But yeah, it's good to do something for people who need it in the community, and obviously St Luke's is so important for Everton, and it's whenever you think of Everton, when you think of Goodison, and you're meeting your mates outside St Luke's, or used to go there with your nan for a coffee before the game, or whatever it would be, it's St Luke's. So you look at the old photos and the images. I wasn't lucky enough to go and watch St Alan Ball, whatever, but when I look at some of the goals he scored, and you just see there, it's St Luke's, and you see like the kids who had climbed on the walls and stuff and looked to get a vantage point. It's St Luke's, it's there. Everton brought out the shirt the other week, the training one, and it's got St Luke's on the front. It is Everton, so it's so important there. But obviously we're moving, we've got this shiny brand new stadium, we're all excited, loads of people pick the seats for it, and it's all like, amazing, I can't wait. But it would be lovely to turn around and shake hands with St Luke's and say, before we go, thanks very much, here, get everything repaired. Because for the community, they had things like karate classes there, they had things like kids' nursery. They can't do that, the floorboards are all risen up, they can't have that. So it's not just an Everton symbol, it's the community there needs something like that. So it would be lovely to just help out.
And that's the point. I mean, at the end of the day, the whole area's, well, the stadium itself, and remains to be seen what's going to happen with Goodison as a community asset. Yeah. And it's classically one of those things, I guess, which we'll miss it when it's not there. Now, because most of us are leaving, because we'll go to the new ground, then obviously it won't get the footfall it used to get. I mean, I'm sure Evertonians who watch this, but believe it or not, non-Evertonians will watch it. And certainly away fans come, don't they? They go upstairs at St Luke's, see all those exhibitions and displays. My missus loves, and we haven't been for a good while, actually, you know, into the hall and have a cup of tea and all those sorts of things. And so what are you? How much are you trying to raise? So overall, and you from your run of you, walk.
It's an overall thing. We've not done anything individually. So we've had a few different projects so far. You might have seen we had the FA Cup there at games recently, where fans could go and get the photo taken with. And obviously the walk, we've got a few of the bits coming up. So all together we're looking to raise £25,000. Right. So I obviously appreciate it's a lot of money. It's obviously money's tight for everyone nowadays. So I'm under no illusion of that and how tough that is. Currently we're at £9,000.
Yeah, I had a look last night. It was 9,000 and something. So
we're absolutely blown away by people's generosity and help. Over the weekend, the North American Toffee has donated £1,000, which, when I was struggling with my walk, that was such a boost. So obviously thank you very much for them. That was really kind of them for doing that.
They do amazing, don't they?
Yeah,
really, they really nice. Do. Tony Sampson and everyone else who helps him, do great work. They're getting the reward though, pre-season. No,
I was delighted for them for that. That's great news, that one.
So go on then, tell us what was the hardest bit. I mean, you've been telling us how many nails you've lost. This is the sob story bit. So if you're sitting there saying, interesting story, but I'm not going to press that link, this is the bit that you remember that makes you press the link. Yeah, well, so go for it. Make it really heavy.
I'm not going to be graphic on air there, but it's my feet that's the killer there. They're the ones that are struggling now. At the time it was my knees, but once I finished, it's just been on my feet with the pain. But the toughest bit was on day 2. I'd walked from Nantwich to Telford. So it was 25 miles roughly, the walk.
On that day?
Yeah, but obviously it was on the back of the day before we did 39 miles. So I had that on me. But 14 of those miles were just muds. It was just like a swamp. I'm lifting my feet up. It was that was torture. Same before, there was a passerby stopped, and he was saying I looked like I was struggling, and I told him I was, what had happened. And he kind of gave me a £5, but just all the emotion of everything just got me, and I was just full of tears thanking him for this £5 in my hand. But that was torturous. But got through it in the end.
Well, I followed some of your progress on social media because you were doing regular tweets and stuff, or X's or whatever they're called these days, and so you could see where you were up to and stuff. And you talk about emotion. When you got in the vicinity, your kids were waiting for you, and they only look young. I mean, one you were carrying, and the other one was happy bouncing about. So you got a couple of youngsters. Did that give you a lift for the last bit?
It did. My mother-in-law was really amazing. She had the kids for over the last few days, so my wife could drive to each hotel where it was at, and then so she was there like with the muscle rub. She was there with the food. She was there with like the headache tablets, the foot spa, all that was
all them
amazing.
luxuries, yeah.
Oh yeah, the bits where stereotypically the man's not going to think of. That my wife was amazing with. My mother-in-law had the kids, which is such a big help. But I wanted the kids to be there when I finished. It was that like motivation of just to have them there when I get to the finish line. And then it was getting a bit. I was a bit ahead of schedule a little bit on that Saturday, and I was getting a bit worried because they were getting the train down and stuff. But thankfully they got there on time. And yeah, when I just crossed the road and I seen them there, and then my little boy's 3 and my daughter's 2, and then yeah, they were just obviously happy I hadn't seen them in a few days, and they were jumping up and down, and then yeah, I had to hold them. And then for me in my head, bizarre as it is, the finish line was touching the wall of Molyneux.
Oh,
so,
okay. That's the bit where the little video is on X, yeah?
Yeah. So I've limped over and got the kids to touch the wall with me, so it was a nice moment. It was good.
The thing that shocked me when because you've been here, well, you came up about half an hour ago. He was early, people. You know, people always arrive here late because they can't find it. But you did it all by yourself. Yeah. I had these visions of there be people walking with you or a car following you to make everything was fine. But it was none of that, was it? You literally were out on your own for what, 12 plus hours a day or something?
Yeah, so the walk was on my own. So it was the 32 hours it took me in the end over the 83 miles.
Wow, that's good.
So yes, that was on my own. But in terms of the fundraising, I really want to be clear. It's been me and Mitch who's been doing it.
Yeah, sure.
So it's been a joint project. So yes, he didn't do the walk or there.
I know Richie wanted to do it with you, but he didn't want to show you up, apparently.
Yeah.
Do it as if.
But yeah, so it's been good to do everything with him and bounce ideas off and stuff.
Sure.
But yeah, he was calling me when I was on the way and seeing how I was getting on and cheering me up, so it was good.
Well, thanks for coming in. Are you going to do it again, though?
Absolutely not.
Are you going to do any physical things again?
No. I did a marathon a couple of years back, and I said, and I was like, never again. And then on the first night, I'd done the 39 miles, and I'm there in the hotel, and I'm just absolutely in agony. And then I'm just lying there, and I said to the missus, if I ever say anything, I want you to remind me of this, because it's a never ever again. But yeah,
that's what Steve Redgrave said.
And then, yeah.
But anyway, well proud of you, mate. Well done.
No,
and hopefully the people out there will. I mean, the link to the GoFundMe, isn't it, page you've got, that'll be in the description. Every penny counts. We know money is tight, but literally every penny will count, won't it? How long is the? You're just going to keep going, doing stuff, you and Richie and what have you, till you try and hit the 25, or are you just getting the most you can by a certain date? How what's the approach?
So we're trying to do, obviously, as much as we can is the aim. The plan was that we would see how the walk went and went from there, and had a little debrief, which we've not had a chance to yet. But what we do have is this Saturday, St Luke's downstairs before the West Ham game, got a photo exhibition on. So we've got about 8 or 9 really talented photographers who've got their work on for display. So that'll be there for people to have a look at. We've also got the FA Cup back. So I know some people missed it on previous games, so they got a chance to come and lift the cup, have a nice photo with the fans there. And we've also got Paul Powers going to be there for a little bit on Saturday. So we've got that event then. We are looking to see what we can do for other home games and just keep going and see where we end up.
Cool. So should we leave it there then?
Yeah.
I mean, that was good because I didn't know those bits, so I'll probably come along for those, which would be good. We as the channel will donate as well.
Oh, thank you.
Which should hopefully, let's hope the viewers and ourselves can get it past the 10k mark, because that's like a psychological barrier, isn't it? So thanks for coming in, mate. You very well done.
Thank you.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it at all. Please look in the description, find the link, and donate if you can, because every penny counts. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Nice one. Well done to Gaz. That's some effort, that. And if you can spare some change for him, there will be. There's a link in the description that I imagine James has already put it in there because he's so forward thinking that he's probably already put it in there.
Yeah.
Why? What's with the side eye, James? What? You don't know the link? Okay. What kind of professional producer are you that you don't know? Nah, the link will be there in a minute.
Doesn't even want to support charity, James.
He hates churches as well. He hates churches.
Honestly?
It's because he believes that the church should provide bins for all. Because they haven't provided bins for him.
No, I agree. My mum and dad would sign off for that.
Well done, Gaz. And obviously anyone who's been in St. Luke's knows that, like, obviously whether you're religious or you're not religious, it's such an institution. Alongside Goodison Park, and it's been there for like forever. And I was last in there for the memorial for Kevin Campbell, and you know, you just like people. There's been Howard Kendall's funeral was in there, and so many stuff with players, and obviously people just go in there on a match day for tea and a coffee, or go upstairs to the amazing space upstairs for on a match day where they have so many independent Everton stalls, whether it be the Chile Everton fans, Thomas or Toffee Art, Richie with the Historical Society and all whatever else. You can get loads of Boss gear up there as well. Boss Place, the church, on a match day. Get yourself up there. That is going to the new ground, opposite the new ground. They've got a new location. But it's one of those things you just take for granted, St. Luke's. It's always been there. It's part of the ground. And when you think about it, it's like, it's such a unique thing, isn't it? Like, as I said, whether you're religious...
Yeah, we take it for granted, don't we?
Yeah.
Definitely. It must be like, to opposition fans, it must be mad, wasn't it? Like there's a church in the ground.
And also, let's remember as well that it's massively important that for something like that, it gets sorted now. Because sadly, when we do leave, we will leave that behind. We obviously can't take that with us. And it will be out of sight, out of mind. And that's where it will be starting to rely on the community more than... Like it's probably relied on Everton fans for years. Sorry, yeah, it was Andy King's funeral, wasn't it? Well, Howard's was in the cathedral. It will be relying on the community, and it's not a. Obviously, it's a poor community.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, Walton's a poor area, so it's really important that right now, Everton fans. What are you shaking your head at for? You live in Bootle. You live in Bootle. You haven't got a bin. What does that tells you how poor your area is? You haven't got
the links in the bio because it's too many characters for a message.
Okay, that's what it was supposed to be in the description.
Oh, I was going to put it in the chat as well, though.
We'll put it in the description. Never mind, yet. So it is really important to anyone's. Obviously, Luke, that's something we'll be leaving behind, and that's it's a really important thing. So nice one, well done to Gaz. Well done for Gaz. That's a hell of a trek. It's a hell of a trek. So obviously, West Ham on Saturday. How are you feeling about that?
Yeah, confident. I think one of the previous callers said, I think because obviously every game now at Goodison, we are on proper countdown, aren't we?
Yeah.
That I think it's going to be a proper atmosphere, and the players so far have responded well to that under Moyes, and I don't really see any reason why that won't be the occasion as well. And I think there'll be a few more players on the bench that are going to be able to make an impact as well. So I don't want to be overconfident, but I do fancy us to pick up.
Yeah,
they're
points. Not. I think they've won 3 in 10.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think they've won 3 in 10, something like that. They'd won 2. They'd won back-to-back games before they played Newcastle. Obviously, beat Arsenal and they beat Leicester, but they're not. Goal scoring wise, they're not. They haven't got a centre forward as such. They rely massively on Bowen, who I think has had a bit of an injury hit season. So I think it's there to be won. It'll be a tight game. Yeah. It'll be a very tight game, you'd imagine. And it's important, I think, Everton get the lead. But obviously it's at home, and if Everton can just continue that, I think it's massive going into April, because obviously this is our last game to April, still being unbeaten. But I think a win is massively important, because again, it gets rid of those doubts that people have got in their heads of where we've been the last.
I think it's just the performance level, isn't it? If the performance level gets back to what it's been like, then we can we can all feel a little bit more confident. And if it, like I say, if you end up drawing the game, but the way the circumstances are and it plays out a certain way, then so be it. But no, there's no reason why we can't just go there, put our marker down and get on the front foot. And the good thing is now, and we're saying off camera, like the fact we can score goals is that where you're saying if we get the first goal, obviously it helps massively, but it's not as vital as it was previously, where it was the other team scored and it was done. So we can, we've got goals in the team now. There's a few more spread out around the team. So no, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone's looking forward to every home game, aren't they? Now everyone's looking forward to, because there's obviously there's only 5 left.
It's weird that though, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is weird.
Just looking at if we were to win on Saturday, we can go up to 13th, and that's where then you're really pushing Crystal Palace for 12th.
Yeah,
because obviously that's where they live, even though they're in 11th at the moment. No, but we can go into with a win. We can go up a couple of places. We can go above Tottenham and Man United. Tottenham play away at Fulham, which won't be easy. Man United play Leicester. And that might be now you're like, oh, Leicester win.
It's mad, isn't it?
If we win, like we're like, Leicester get something out of that, get a point out of that. But no, this could be, if Everton can get the win going into April, which is going to be obviously it's the first game back to Liverpool away, and that's obviously going to be tough. It's always tough, and then we play Arsenal at home.
But Arsenal at home.
No, I'm not like the only thing about the Arsenal game is that it's 12:30 on a Saturday. 3 days after 8 o'clock at Snake Mountain, so it's a tough one. So no, and we've just got to make those home games events, haven't we? Now, got to make them events, enjoy them.
Just enjoy them, yeah. And I think the fact the football's on the front foot will certainly help that. If the lads out there are all giving 100% and. They seem to have been under Moyes, and I can't see any reason why that will change. So no, look, there's nothing to be worried about from West Ham. We should be going into that game back in the old Moyes era. You rock up to that and you're not expecting to win, but you're confident of winning.
Well, it was his last game as Everton manager, wasn't it? First time.
It was.
3-1.
Yeah,
battered them. Was it 2-0? It was 3-1. I always say that. Yeah, we were brilliant that day. We were brilliant that day. We were succulent that day.
Succulent.
We were succulent like a Chinese banquet. That's
gets robbed outside.
That's what we do. Yeah. Just an update on the poll. What got robbed?
We never discussed that.
Which?
Getting robbed.
Your food well, that's because the next day someone brought 2 pizzas.
I didn't get any of it.
Posh Matty being.
Thanks, Posh Matty.
That's why he's Posh Matty, because he can get away with just sending pizzas.
He also sent us the bet.
Oh, he did send us the bet. Just keep sending us stuff. Posh Matty.
Just send them when I'm here.
That's why he's posh. Got loads of money to send us food. Just in the update on the poll, 53% would rather be bald, right? And I'm happy with that, because I like being I like being as a ginger. There's very few of us, and I like that.
There's more than.
Yeah. Yes, we have. Yes, we have.
Of course, we have.
We should have done a third with Gray.
We get down to the important things here, don't we?
Yeah.
What really matters.
Well, I can't wait though. When we go to America, how many?
We should have got the Gray in. Yeah.
Baz for the week. If we go to America, Baz for the weeks before, we'll definitely have that shampoo that you gradually darkens your hair.
I won't. I'll just be getting simpler and dyeing it in a minute.
Nah.
I'm getting it next week.
Just go grey. You rock the grey.
I think personally you should go blonde, like full Robbie Williams. Yeah, giving it the rock DJ with your monkey mask. So's your missus. So's your chat. No, okay. They'll know soon as the blonde hair comes out, or the black hair.
Yeah.
As soon as the black hair comes out, they'll be like, where do you think you're going? Where do you think you're going? Baz rocks up in his one-piece suit on, like Elvis, and his black hair.
Yeah. Big quiff.
I thank you very much. I've seen a week. No, I like being the only ginger in the village. I think it's the balls are everywhere, aren't they? The balls are everywhere. They just Everywhere you look, the bolds, the bolds are everywhere. It's a good job Baz is not on, Mike. He's effing and jeffing over there. But
I think Gray would win out of the three.
I don't think so. I think Gray's become like a very like
James feels like a new poll, doesn't it?
we're too late for polls. We're going in a minute. I think Bald's winning because there's so many bold Evertonians because of the stress.
No, it's because no one wants to be a ginger.
Gingers, but you just don't know.
Well, I do know the people that's spoken.
The people haven't spoken because none of them are ginger.
No, they don't want to be.
If you're ginger, you've got no issue being ginger because it's just character building. It's empowering. Honestly,
I like the character building of being a ginger, character building of being a blue.
Exactly, which made me tough and resilient.
Yeah,
and it gets you through.
Get you through.
When you had your chippy, Rob, honestly, God, I thought someone had told you were going to have to give up a kidney.
But
I had to talk you off a ledge. Honestly. So, honest to God, they've took me chips. What am I going to do? Honestly, it was like, felt like you were ringing ITV to do a 3-part series on it.
I was more bothered about not signing a player.
No, ITV, same people who've done the post office thing. He wanted them to come out to have an expose on Uber.
And then the very next day, you just get this posh pizza delivered. And
no, it wasn't posh. To be fair, it was posh pizza.
It wasn't posh pizza.
Nice,
it was. I seen it.
It was nice.
See, it wasn't just a normal
Express.
Yeah, it was a
Pizza
proper
Express,
one. Yeah. Okay.
But that's the reason you didn't get in because you're bald, and you can cope clearly, and you haven't gone on about it once.
Maybe.
I haven't gone on about it once. What I like about it is I didn't even pay for the chips. Don't even my chips. And I got some of the pizza.
They weren't mine either, but I didn't get nothing.
You did. They were some of your chips, weren't they?
To pay for them, though.
Which?
No, I mean, I didn't pay for anything.
I never paid for them because they weren't my chips.
Originally you did
Originally, yeah, because it was my account.
I'd actually gone past it, though.
Yeah.
It was Blaine. I thought we were having food earlier. And
Yeah.
sort of gone past it.
I'd never gone past it, as you can see.
No.
I've never gone past food.
There you go. Yeah. James has also ended the poll to make sure that the Bulls win. I think the Gingers were making
What was the score?
53-46, which doesn't even make 100. So that shows how rigged it is.
There's
1%.
Sounds like the PGMOL.
There's 1% somewhere out there. The 1% haven't got the right angle. They're looking for the right angle. Somewhere they're like, yeah, but he might be bald and ginger.
They were looking for grey. They were just, where's the grey? I think
Celtic Vape says, Ginger, be proud of your Celtic heritage. I'm Italian. What are you talking about?
Italian?
I'm Italian.
What part are you Italian? The part of the pizza that you ate?
The part you can't see, sunshine. They don't call it salami for nothing.
Fucking spaghetti.
I don't...
Oh, no.
It's a me, a Mario. Hey. I've been to
that. Take these out, can't we? Why is no one rang in?
I've been to that Mushroom Kingdom.
The phone in with no phone in.
I've been to that Mushroom. Well, this is what things always do.
What we want to plan is, right?
Well,
saying to Baz, buddy, we know what he's like. He doesn't do any planning or any structure to anything.
Doesn't do any planning, no.
To be honest, I don't know what he does. But...
not being funny. Baz plans his meals for the week.
No, he does it. He does not.
On Monday, I'm having Cajun pasta. Tuesday, I'm having Cajun pasta.
He's sitting there playing solitaire.
He is.
Yeah, looks like it.
Solitaire. He's online with us.
We need the 24-hour show.
Yeah, knock yourselves out.
You've got to do it.
I'll come in for 12.
Well, that's just the norm, innit?
No, it's not. Quarter to one. More like, well, hey, you're having that.
So when you get to 100k subs,
yeah,
a week after it,
oh yeah,
we'll do it.
Just so it could. So whatever. So basically, what you're saying is, for the next few months, I've just got to put my life on hold in case we hit the 100,000 that week. Yeah. Be like, are you like I'm on call, like I'm someone's bitch
on hold. Like all you do when you go home is go for a run and then sit watching.
Some days I don't go for a run. Some days I play
reading your comics or
Jedi Survivor.
There you go.
Do you know what I mean? Or some days I watch Reach, yeah. Or some days I watch Daredevil. You don't know what I'm doing. I could be doing any of those things. Do a watch along of me watching Reach, yeah. That'd be crap.
Or you stream you playing Jedi Survivor.
I'm going to do a watch along of you watching Severance crying because you didn't like that episode this week. No, I want more Mark. I want more Mark with my bin. That's
Where's
an impression
my
of
bin?
you.
No. And
Hang on, Mr. Two. Hang on, Mr. Two Holidays. Hang on, Judith Chalmers over there. I work part-time. Yeah, what are you stinging on the ovies in here? Get out of me sight. Two holidays.
Timmy, two holidays.
Oh man, he's off to Germany next
I'm not being funny.
Germany and
You're
Tenerife.
having more holidays in the space of a month than Ned's had in his life. There you go.
When are you getting a dartboard in here, then, James?
We're not getting a dartboard down here. We're not getting a dartboard.
We're not full Ned. He went full Ned.
We're not getting. Sorry, my batteries are running low. We're not getting a dartboard in here. Baz hasn't got a mic because he's not supposed to be on the show.
No.
He's just shouting from across the room.
The reason I'm only still here is because we haven't done the news.
Whose fault was that? Whose fault was that? Right.
Should have done some planning then.
I know. If only you planned it. If only you planned it. If you only didn't sit there for an hour doing
Honestly, if you people could see the chaos that this show is, or this show, just this whole operation,
It's only chaotic when you come here because you root round the room looking for biscuits. Yeah, wigs and biscuits.
Oh, where's me wig gone? Is it still in here?
Where's me wig? Where's me wig gone? Honest to God. Yeah. No what? Right? You'd find your wig if there was a fucking packet of digesters under them, wouldn't you? Hey, wouldn't you? Yeah. Honestly.
James, give me them books back.
You've changed. They're not books. They're notebooks.
Give us the notebook. Give them back then.
Books,
doesn't want them.
They're not filled.
Yeah, well, I want
What
it
have you
back.
written in it? You haven't though, have you?
He's wrote it. We should do some
have
planning.
drawn. There's just a picture of. He's just put a picture of a knob on it.
I thought you were better than that, James.
I know. Do you know what he's done? You give them 2 hours ago. He's already found wallpaper and backed them with him. Again, schools these days. No, Ian. Ryback, the wrestler, isn't in the studio.
We done that last time, did we?
No, we did. Sounds like. James, you must know who Ryback is. No. No, what's mad is you had a chance to Google that quietly while you were going, Ryback, yeah. Oh, yeah, I think I know him. And then you go, oh, yeah, Ryback, WWE champion from 19 minutes to 19 minutes.
Why do you keep talking like that?
Why?
Is it because you really miss him?
Why
really miss him?
Why are you bald?
Because
I'm not being funny. I put an interview into this show because you could have a wee incontinence boy.
I
put a break in it so you could go because you were standing there
with
going,
your lack of
you were
planning.
sitting there going, yeah, I think we'll do it well. I think we'll get a win from this game. What are we doing that for? We'll get a win. Oh yeah,
he's driving me out.
Oh God, it was like Michael Jackson and Off the Wall. You like,
no, that video dropped in because of lack of planning.
No, it wasn't.
It was just like, oh shit, I forgot about that.
No, I knew all about it. I knew.
Just didn't want to tell anyone else.
Knew. Everyone knew. We all knew. Me and Baz knew.
Baz didn't know. Baz doesn't even know what day it is.
There's conversations on our phone. We knew all about that.
You can say what you want, Mike, but you just basically slandering me, and it's lies. At least if you're going to slander me, slander me with an element.
No, you're going to slander with lies, otherwise it's pointless, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
It's
like
chaos. Absolute chaos.
He's using that F1.
Dave, who was on earlier, will testify.
There's no such Dave. Who's Dave? There was no Dave here earlier. There's no Dave here earlier.
All right, Dave.
There was Dave. You and him did a show earlier on your own. There was no anyone else in here.
There was no one here.
No, he's talking about.
Full Derek Accord.
You sound like a madman. You sound like a madman. Honest to God.
Just descended into absolute chaos.
You're not being. You look so mad that if we painted your head and put tattoos on you, you could be in Guardians of the Galaxy. That's how mad you look.
I don't watch that.
I know, it's good. That's why I can rip you on stuff you don't know about. Makes it seem even better. Right, this is descended. I blame.
No one rang in. Blame you people. Them.
It's the frogs. The frogs got in.
The frogs again, eh?
The frogs got in. Right. We need to go before James books another holiday. We'll catch you tomorrow. We'll be live at 1.
Whenever they decide to.
There's no press.
They'll be live whenever they...
The press conference will be Friday, won't it? So
whenever Ped decides to get it, it'll be live.
1 o'clock. I'm always here for 1 o'clock. Except I wasn't here today because I was doing secret missions.
Yeah, we'll see.
And if anyone wants...
I'll be in the comments.
Do us a favour, right? If anyone wants to send us our dinner tomorrow because he's not here, then feel free. Because it will taste so much nicer. Honest to God, that pizza was... On the box, it said Mike-free pizza. You've had a gluten-free pizza. This was Mike-free pizza. And it just tasted divine. And if you'd been in here, it would have skewed the portions also. So it was a good job you weren't here. Because we got more. And it was beautiful.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
No, Posh Matty, we don't start at 1:10. But we might if you send pizzas in and for the first 10 minutes we
totally agree. They have this like 10-hour thing where it's just start.
We always start at 1. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Lies.
And Baz isn't on mic because he's not in this show.
That... me on mic. I'm not here.
Hey?
8 to 12 times.
Oh my God, that sounds like some kind of category on a dodgy website.
Pardon?
I don't know what's that.
Mike,
I don't know what's happening.
Mike on mic action.
Finish it so I can follow.
Right.
I've got a dog.
I've got a dog. I've got children. I've got a wife. No, I've got a dog waiting for me.
And a game of darts.
No, what's scary? He doesn't own a dog. So whose dog is he? Whose dog is he? Is it code? Is it code for I've got a mask and a car park to visit? Who knows? We'll tell you tomorrow at 1. See you later.
1:10.